Hello, I'm Renee DiVincenzo. I'm a business strategist, and welcome to Wednesday's Business Tips. There is so much I want to share with you today. A lot is going on, and yes, as we're getting into this final quarter, there is so many things that we need to do in our business in order to get organized and what we need to do to prepare for our tax season. But one of the things that I do want to share with you is I'm so super excited to let you know that we are having another event. Myself, Diddy, and Tiffany are going to be doing an event called On Your Business. And this is where we are going to help you to understand the past, the present, and the future. Now, these are areas that are very important for you to understand, because when you're working your business, there are so many different things that come into play. And we are hoping that you will join us and take advantage of the early bird special. Now, the early bird special is going to end on the 22nd. Don't miss it. There's going to be, oh my gosh, so much information filled within these 2 hours that you are just going to be amazed with what you're going to receive from us. So if you enjoyed attending us last month, join us again this month, and we look forward to seeing you there. But when I get back to talking about the business area, about what it comes to in understanding how to clean up your finances. Now, when I work a lot with new business owners as well as, established businesses, this area kind of, not that it gets forgotten, but it just gets pushed aside a little bit. And then as we get closer to the end of the year, that's when the light bulb goes off and goes, oh my gosh, I didn't do this. I have to put this together. And you kind of get a little bit overwhelmed of, how am I going to prepare my taxes correctly for when I need to bring it into my accountant. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you 5 areas that you really should be thinking about when it comes to preparing for the tax season and to clean up your finances. And one of the areas first that you always want to start with is a checklist. Now, the checklist is going to be different for all types of businesses, depending on the industry that you're in. But the main area that you want to think about when it comes to a checklist is you want to put down to review your financial statements. This is going to show the numbers, at least for the 3 quarters, in what it is that you have been doing with your business, understanding the avenue of your profit, your loss, and understanding what needs to be changed if need be. This also gives you the good opportunity to evaluate budgeting. Now, if you haven't budgeted in your business, this is an area that you may want to start thinking about, especially if you are a new business and you really don't have your numbers yet to understand the direction your business may be going at. But this is where now you can look at where you might have spent, a little bit too much money, which I'm going to go into expenses a little bit, but give yourself a number in your business that you are going to want to say, this is the amount that I am allowing for what it is that we need to do. Now, you'll also find too bigger businesses where they budget themselves for so much money, and if they didn't use it, they're trying to use it at the end of the year. And this is where a lot of nonprofits will go into asking for donations, or maybe they give it away more for schools, or depending on what that category may be. But always remember to budget yourself for the new year in where you want to go, because this is going to help you to understand what how to prepare for your future taxes. Other areas too that you may want to look at is your tax savings. Now, this is an area where you can be getting a lot of benefits from how the tax laws are. You could be taking advantage of deductions or maybe credits. But most of all, you want to make sure that you are complying with tax law. I cannot express how important it is. It's truly best to work with an accountant when it comes to your business, be it a bookkeeper that's going to keep track of everything it is that you need to do. Even if you are one that has your own accounting software, which is good to have because it puts everything together for you. But all you then need to do is print out your profit and loss and give it to your accountant. But your accountant will always come in and do an annual with you and say, or maybe break up the quarters to make sure that you are categorizing everything correctly. Now, this is an area that we could kind of fall into where we think, oh, okay, I'm going to put this expense under here, but maybe it's not going to be, how should I say, categorized correctly so it benefits you. So always look at your tax savings and how that can work for your business. Another area that you may want to look at could be how you want to do cost reduction in your business. And this is where you are going to want to think about the areas that you spent a little bit too much money on, the unnecessary spending. Sometimes, we could get, oh, I need this and I need that. But until you're in business, maybe for that first year, you're going to kind of see what you need, maybe what you didn't need, as well as, if you do get supplies, a company, you may want to negotiate a better price for working with you, especially if you have established a long-term business with it, as well as optimizing how you're spending for your financial future in your business. One of the areas I do want to go back to, and it was about organizing your receipts, in case I did not mention that when it comes to a checklist. You can organize your receipts digitally. Now, one of the areas that's really great with that is, if you recall, you can either push the button for like a printed receipt or an email receipt. When you get your email receipts, they come as a PDF, which is so much easier to organize because you can then just create a folder in your program, your software, in your computer, or you may want to have a folder for taxes and put the year down that you're in, and then create a folder within that to what it is that receipt goes to. So it could be, for business dinner, it could be for networking, it could be for supplies. And you could just have those receipts on hand in case your account needs it, because at times you're going to need to have your receipts on hand, especially, if Uncle Sam wants to come in with an audit and they're going to say, hey, what's this expense? I need to see the receipt. So always make sure that you are getting your receipts and you can do them digitally. Other areas too that you may want to look into, which I did speak with this a little bit on Monday on the Monday Mindset, is cleaning up your inventory, checking out your stock. What physically do you have in that inventory that you may want to get rid of, as well as what was a slow moving item and that you're not going to order for next year, as well as making decisions of how to optimize that inventory level. And these are, again, where your financial areas come into, because you'll always need a report on your products. Could be even too with your services that I shared a lot with on Monday Mindset when it came to understanding your numbers. Other areas too that you could be working with is your goals for next year. Now, this is really important to think about when it comes to cleaning up your financial area in your business, because this is where you want to reflect back on your performance. What have you done this year? What did you do last year? From what you saw, your performance was last year in business. Did it meet up with this year? And if it didn't, what are the changes that you are going to want to make? Because it is so important to put a strategic plan together of, one, what that budget's going to be. Two, what are the inventories that you're going to want to have on hand? But also, two, do you need to hire more help to get to increase your numbers? Because if you do have employees with your staff, and when it comes to the payroll and the taxes and so forth, it's really to understand what your business is going to allow you to work with and to help you with your numbers growing. But in anything that you want to do when it comes to cleaning up this part of your financial area, is that you want to make your business successful for next year. Now, some of you may be, thinking like, hey, this is great information, but I truly am not sure what direction to start in. And this is where I want to just share with you. This is an area where I work with you to help understand what is the most important area that we're going to need to to touch base with. It's helping you to get that growth you are looking for. But most of all, it's helping you to understand how to run your business. And sometimes, especially if you're a startup business owner, it's a little challenging to put all the pieces together to understand what you need to start with first. Is it marketing? Do I get my business cards? Do I do a website? Should I go to networking events? There are so many areas that take place, but you need to understand which one to start first with. And a business strategy session will help you get to where you want to be in that new year. We're just trying to figure out, did I do the right thing? Should have I even started this type of business? Because always remember that when it comes to working with a business strategist, one, you're never alone, and you're always going to have professional growth when you have a person that you can trust, you can partner with, and also to come to get advice and guidance. So I hope you join me for a one-on-one. Check out my business strategy session, and also always look for my other trainings that I have on YouTube. I got a little tongue tied there. And you can get more information about what it is that you need in your business. So I hope you make it a great day. Don't forget to join me on Friday for my 5-minute 5-minute with Fridays. Those are my favorite because that's when we're going to be going into the weekend. So join me next week for Monday Mindset, Wednesday Business Tip, and